In this video I'm going to show you how to create a sidebar that can slide into view and can slide back again when you no longer need it. I'm going to start off with an index file, a script file and a stars.css. I've created a basic index.html file and I've also imported Open Sans from Google Fonts. You'll find the web address for Google Fonts in the description below. If you're not sure, please watch my previous video about navigation bar. In there I show you right at the beginning how to get the font from Google Fonts. For the title I've put in sidebar. So let's get started with the HTML. I'm going to start off creating a div called sidebar. Create a span called close sidebar button, and this is going to hold the cross to close the button. Then an unordered list, this one's going to be to the home, this one's the news.html, news, contact.html, contact, about, out, and create another class called main, a div with main, card, card, then h1 home page, section dot card body, span class equals open. This is going to have a hamburger symbol. And open beside it. A p tag with click on open to show the navigation menu. Save that. Live. Have a look at that. Okay, so we got both the sidebar and the main showing at the moment. What I'm going to do in the stars.css, I'm going to set the sidebar display to none to hide it, so as I can concentrate just on the main. right at the top. Great. Asterisk, and then I'm going to set margin to 0 and padding to 0. So that'll create margin and padding 0 everywhere. And then H1, I'm going to set the font size to 3 rem and the color to 3B 82 F6. Give me a blue color. I'm going to create the style for the card class now. I'm going to create display, flex, direction is column, height is 300 px, padding is 2 em, justify content is space around, align items is center. Max width is 500 px. Box shadow. I'm going to get this. Got this from the internet. You can get it from my GitHub site. The web address of my GitHub site is in the description below. Right. And dot open is font size 3 rem, color #56 5656, cursor pointer, width is 40%, and then I'm going to create a hover for the open class. Hover, change the color to the blue. So now when we hover over it, it turns blue. It's jammed against the left hand side at the moment. But it'll look better once we've got the .main class done. .main display flex direction column, align items center, justify content center, gap 2 em, height 300 px, and padding 25 px. So now it looks like a card. We just need to do the car body class and the P tag to make it look nice. Dot card body, display, flex, justify content, space between, max width 500px, and P tag, font size 1.5 rem, width 40%. So now it looks nice at larger screen sizes, but when I get really small, goes a bit wrong there with this open bit. We can sort that out with media queries. I shall do that later, but for now let's concentrate on the sidebar. The way we're going to do the sidebar is that initially the width is going to be 0, and then when we click on this, it's going to make the width increase to 250 pixels. And then when we want to close it again, the width will be reduced to 0 again, so as that it appears closed. Dot sidebar, position is fixed because we want this to go in front of the main. Height is 100%. Background color is BF DBFE. Padding top is 60px. Top is 0. Left is 0. Z index is 1. Transition 0.5 seconds. Width, it should be set to 0, but I'm going to set it to 250px in order to so that we can see what we are doing. Alright, I'm going to have to, I set this to the display to none, so I have to delete that now. Alright, so that's what we got so far. Now then, dots sidebar A to do the anchor, font size 25px, padding 8px, 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 32px. Text decoration none. Display block, transition 0.3 seconds. Now close sidebar button dot sidebar dot close sidebar button, position absolute, top 0, height 25px, font size 36px, margin left 50px. Color is EAB 308. Font weight is 700. And cursor is set to pointer. The X hasn't come up here. I have to check what's wrong with it. Should be an and there. And. Okay, that's better. I'm going to do a hover for the anchor on the sidebar. Color #1 7 2 5 5 4 4. That gives it a darker blue when you hover over it. And also do a hover for this sidebar button, sidebar close button. Color is #7 1 3 F 1 2. Now it changes from orange to brown when I hover over it. Right, I'm going to create a isOpen class. Open. When you click on the Open button, the isOpen class is added to the sidebar. And since the isOpen class has a width set to 250px, it overrides the 0 width and sets the width to 250px, and hence the sidebar is open. Okay, set the UL then. UL display flex direction column, justify content space between, height 250px. Then for the LI, border bottom 0.5px, solid #FDE 047. So now I've got the sidebar looking the way I want. I can set the width of the sidebar to 0, the way it should be initialized. So now the sidebar won't show, only the text is still showing. The way to get over this is using overflow X and set it to hidden. Now the text has gone away. Right, I've still got the query selectors to do, but before I do that, I think I'll get on to do the JavaScript. So we'll set some HTML references first of all. First of all, constant open equals document dot query selector is dot open, and constant sidebar equals document dot query selector dot sidebar. Constant main equals document dot query selector dot main, and constant close sidebar button equals document dot query selector dot close sidebar button. And then on the open, we do an add event listener. Let's click sidebar class list dot add is open, and close sidebar button dot add event listener, click sidebar dot class list dot remove is open. So now click on that. Doesn't work. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Getting the is open. Try refreshing it. Starts off with not is open. Then when I click on it, I get the is open, but it's not changing the widths. So, this should not have a space. It was treating the is open as a child of the sidebar, whereas it's together. It's on the same line. So try it now. Working. So on to the media queries. What I want to do is when I open it, instead of coming halfway, I want it to come right across on smaller screens. So I'm going to set a media query to do that, and also I want this open to come up to there. So I'll make the font a little bit smaller. So at media screen, and max width is 500 px. Dot sidebar dot is open, width is 100% and text align is center. H1, set font size to 2em. And dot open font size is 2em and width is 50%. Better. So now when we open it, it goes right across. Now the other thing I want to do is, on slightly larger screens, if I drag this across, when it opens, I'll do it a bit smaller. A little bit smaller. Right, now when it opens, it covers over the content. What I'd like it to do is to push the card across as it opens. So I'm going to set a media query to do that. At media screen and min width 500px and max width 960px and dot sidebar dot is open plus, this is for the sibling, margin left 250px, transition margin left 0.5 seconds. H1 font size 2em and dot open is font size 2em. Oh, this, right? So try that. See, and it moves across, and moves back when I close it. And at larger screen size, when I open it, it doesn't move at all. And at smaller size, goes right across. So the last thing to do is to create the contact, news and about HTML files. Create news.html, contact.html, and about.html. Then go to the index page, copy it, and in the news, copy that, paste that to, and where's this home page, put news, and contact page there, and this will be contact, about, change this to about, that's it. Then we open, go to news, go to the news page, open, go to the contact page, and about, go back to the about page, and when we go to home, we go back to the home page. One last thing, when I have this on the medium level, and then when I open the sidebar, it transitions, the card transitions to the right correctly, but when I close it, it goes back suddenly rather than transitioning. So what I can do is, if we go into stars.css, and then if I go to the main, find the main, and then I can put margin left 0, and then transition margin left 0.5 seconds, like that. Oh, without the colon, like that. And now if I open it, transitions out, and if I close it, transitions back. So that's the sidebar done. We started off creating HTML for both the sidebar and the main card. Next we styled the main card and set the sidebar display to none, so we could concentrate on styling the main card. Then we deleted the display none on the sidebar so we could see where we were styling on the sidebar. Then we styled the sidebar. Then we created the JavaScript necessary to make the sidebar transition in and out. Then we created media queries to make the sidebar cover the whole screen on smaller devices, and made the content shift on medium-sized devices, but I left the content unmoved on large screens. Lastly, we created the contact, about, and news HTML files. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please subscribe for more.